Good afternoon, everybody. It's the Truth Serum back again. I was lonely. I want to hang out with my good friends again. And thank you for the new subscribers that came on there. I appreciate it. And maybe someday we'll get to 700, maybe 1,000. But I do appreciate every single person that comes in here, hits the like button, supports, comments, and everything else. You don't have to donate. There's an ability to donate, but that's a long ways away. I do appreciate the support that I do get. So I've done stuff on Billy Carson and sacred knowledge and the true origins and the meanings of life and Jesus and Christians and the Gnostics and all of that kind of stuff. And excuse me, it's good to know true knowledge other than what we've traditionally learned in church and current academics or the condition of schooling and how we've been more or less brainwashed and conditioned into thinking of how we perceive the world that we live in and what we are and who we are and where we came from. Yeah. And I don't want to go too crazy on that because, for one thing, I'm curious. I like to solve mysteries and things like that. But if we gained all the knowledge and everything else about forget about Darwin's theory of evolution and how we intermingled with the gods and we became a Homo sapien and all that. Forget about all that. If we come to a knowledge of understanding and we have achieved all that, well, what's next? How does that serve you in your everyday life? You go to work 9 to 5. Well, how does that serve you anyways? Well, that's good information, the Truth Serum, but you still got to do what you got to do. And I understand that because, some people could give a shit. They don't give a shit about, the Nephilim, the Anunnaki, and who cares? Who cares? There's just other people that are interested in that topic, and I like to cover some of those things. And and Billy Carson, who's a well-renowned researcher of all those fields and everything, and I respect the knowledge that he gives on his YouTube channel, but I don't respect him getting in bed with Damon Dash and pulling this con game, alleged con game and all of that kind of stuff. I lost all my respect. I learned the knowledge. I've researched the knowledge on my own after that and connected dots. And now I don't have any more use for that guy right there. It's not even his real name anyways. So according to court documents in Florida. So we'll leave it at that. I don't want to be on here bashing anybody because I'm not really going to do too many mob stories. It's a low vibe. And, the Truth Serum, what can you pick up and what can you learn through all of this up and down, doing videos and everything else? At the end of the day, whether you have certain knowledges or in certain fields, it's still up to you to enjoy your day. There's knowledge seekers, wisdom seekers, and everything else. And if it enhances your thinking and makes you happy and confident, then that's a plus. Otherwise, if it doesn't serve you for something, it's meaningless. Just to have knowledge what's it mean at the end of the day, just to have knowledge? Wisdom is another story. Wisdom, when you step back and look at the knowledge and you weigh things up, that might be more important. So, and I've learned a lot of things as far as the traditional Roman Catholic Church and how you might perceive them, or if you respect them or disrespect them. Me personally, I have different views about the conception and the making of the Bible and what they put in there and what they omitted and everything. I like to dig back before the Bible and that con job they're running. Now, don't get me wrong. There's good precepts and good thing. I'm a Jesus guy. I'm a Jesus guy. I'm a Yeshua guy. I'm a Yeshua guy. And, I respect all of that, but Jesus is one thing. Christian, being a follower of Christ, doesn't mean I have to follow the Roman Catholic Church. Doesn't mean I have to follow them scrubs. Proven scrubs. It's like flagrant fouls right in the people's face, and they like, oh, geez, how can you talk about the Roman Catholic Church, the truth serum? Do your research. Don't take things face value in life. You don't be robotic. Get in there. There's unbiased information. You're not going to get it on the current stage of media and everything else in a certain condition of all that. Do your research. If you're going to talk shit about it, if you go to court if you try a case in court and you're an attorney, you got to do your research. You armchair quarterbacks can just sit back there and go, oh, geez, that's terrible. You said this about this. You're scrubs. Have some evidence. Have some ammo. Well, hey, the truth serum, you got that wrong. Back in 323 AD, the Nazarenes and the Council, Constantinople. Well, come with it. Just don't wait. Don't talk out of the side of your mouth. Come with it. I invite it. I'm not the end all of knowledge and everything else. I make mistakes, get things wrong. Been doing it my whole life. Have awareness, but you can constructively look at things and analyze things, but just don't grab shit out of the air. Just don't grab shit. Oh, you're. Come on. I don't want to insult anybody, because those are the people that don't even, subscribe or anything like that. So I appreciate the people that come in here, because when you seek knowledge and wisdom in any avenue or any vehicle, you raise your vibration, raise your vibe. That if there's a formula to get to your conception and idea of heaven, then maybe you can get there. But you have to have an open mind. You can't just sling shit and build walls. The archaeological information that's out there, it's all over the planet. Our true origins isn't for debate. It's recorded all over in every different culture going back 250,000 years ago. And how a human became a human. This is stuff that's not debatable anymore, my good friends. This stuff isn't like, oh, geez, what a theory, what a conspiracy theory. No, these ain't even conspiracy theories. These aren't even hypothetical situations. These are things based in evidentiary facts and items and artifacts and scriptures that are still being found today, that have been buried thousands and thousands of years ago. So I've been a curious guy all my life. I was never into just buying swampland and somebody's telling me something, this and that. I had a bad feeling about the Roman Catholic Church when I was 8, 9 years old. When they were like, oh, the Crusades went around the planet, little Jojo, and they did, well, Father, I thought the church was talking about love and compassion, but then the Roman Empire went around murdering and killing, and I was like, well, that doesn't make sense, Father Smith. Well, you asked too many questions, Jojo. Well, what do you mean? You could see this stuff at a young age. So if you want to defend the Roman Catholic Church, and I know there's priests at your corner church that try to give a good sermon and do all that stuff, and they do it robotically and routinely, and they're just giving you the same recycled information that you knew when you were in high school, at church school, and you know all this stuff anyways. It's been a power grab for thousands of years. And, I defended the church in other videos early on, but you know what? It's good that the churches are empty. It's good the Roman Catholic churches are empty because people woke up. Well, now once you've established that, go back to the origins then. Just don't dismiss the Roman Catholic Church and say, well, that's the end of the subject. Go back and see what happened with Enoch, Noah, the great flood, the Nephilim, the Anunnaki. See who these people were. See who seeded this planet. See what was this planet Earth meant to be. The historical, archaeological, documented stuff. Go back further before this Jesus, Yeshua came along. I give Yeshua credit that you don't hear about Jesus in the Bible between the year he was 12 years old to 33. Jesus was out of the Bible. He's in the Bible to 12, and he comes back at 33. Well, how come the Roman Catholic Church didn't elaborate on that when they wrote the Bibles? Because you know what Jesus was doing? He was out learning healing powers in Egypt, sacred knowledge, Reiki healing from India, Japan, all over. He was traveling all over different regions to gain expert knowledge in different fields. Why wasn't that Why wasn't that recorded in the Bible? Why? It's the Christians, Christ. Well, wouldn't you want to know? Well, then they'd say, well, he came back in 33 and then they killed him. Man, it don't even feel right. It don't sound right. You know why? Because it ain't right. It's not right. That's why. That's why the churches are empty. But that's easy to say. Now, well, how can that serve in another way? Well, I like the sacred knowledge, BC, thousands of years, when it talks about enhancing your being, where they talk about raising your vibration, lifting yourself up so maybe you can be stronger on the matrix of possibilities and probabilities. Yeah, I like that knowledge. We're not just supposed to be just human robots, slave workers on the planet. We might possess other tools and powers that the Roman Catholic Church don't want you to know about. So we might be able to be more than we were taught to be, more than we were programmed to be, more than we were conditioned to be. Well, the truth serum, that sounds far-fetched because you're robots if you think it sounds far-fetched. That's why I've always said, be the kings and queens of your world. So that's why you can raise your vibration up. Your words create. There's a matrix, quantum physics and quantum theories that are, then there's laws, not theories. There's laws of the universe and molecular dynamics and vibrational dynamics and everything else. And if we have a chance to manipulate that matrix a little and maybe have things go in our favor so we can prosper and grow and maybe reach another dimension when we leave this vehicle, our earthly vehicle, then sign me up. Sign me up. So, I wanted to do that. Dapper the Rapper, thanks for riding with me. I appreciate anybody that comes in here, old and new. And I just wanted to stress that at the bottom level of it all, whether you have this knowledge or care to seek this knowledge or not, what I still like to share is you have to raise your vibration up. Yeah, and that consists of unconditional love, which is hard for me to demonstrate. I'm trying to do better. If you can demonstrate unconditional love, you are raising your vibrational level up. And you can display love and compassion. You could not even think you have an enemy. Love thy enemy. It wouldn't even be an enemy to start with. That diminishes, that dissipates. Well, love your enemies. No, I love everybody. I don't agree with this over here, but it's not my enemy. I love everybody. That's hard to demonstrate. But you raise your vibration up, and then you're elevating your position and your soul and your spirit to another dimension. and you can elevate accordingly, because I want to rock and roll throughout the solar system when I'm done here. And I'm getting older now, and it's like, you know what? Maybe I can investigate some of the things that can help me. If this reality does exist or not. Well, I do believe it exists, and I know there's another side because I was on the other side when I was dead on the ground. So I do know there is this other dimension. I just want to rock and roll and get to the highest dimension I can, because you know what? There are other planets and like Earth, where you have your Earth body, you have your Earth body, you have your same body. I want to get there so I could still be me, and then be somewhere else, and then just incarnate and rise up your soul and your spirit to other dimensions, so you could be an eternal space traveler. There's more than meets the eye. This isn't like just fairy tale science fiction. Science and quantum physics has proven a lot of these things about our body and the ability of consciousness and all the other stuff, which we're not going to get into right now. But I'm into build your vibe. At the end of the day, you can hear all the other jibber jabber, blah, 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 blah. At its lowest level, unconditional love, just like every culture and sage and expert and spiritual leaders have said all over the planet. Love and compassion. That's simple. So you don't need to know all the other stuff. Very simple. And unconditional love, which is tough. But if you're trying to raise your vibration up and reach your heaven, however that's defined, you're going to have to demonstrate those things at some point in time. Because I do not want to come back to planet Earth and do it over again. I want to graduate. I want to graduate to the ultraverse, the universe. So I appreciate you guys coming in here. I don't know how much support or how many views this is going to get, but it's the truth serum. I'll do another gangster story in a week or so. I got some ideas, but I don't want to lower my vibe. I don't want to lower my frequency and talk about, yeah, Tony stabbed the guy in the heart and it bled. They didn't have a bucket, blah, blah, blah. It lowers the vibe. It lowers the vibe. My channel isn't going to be a money-making channel, so I'm going to put this into perspective and not try to tell a lot of evil stories on here, which everybody on there wants to hear evil mafia stories, but I'm not gonna. Once in a while I will, I'll be honest, I will, but what's the value to it? My channel is only gonna be what it is anyways, now, yesterday, and tomorrow, and right now. It's only gonna be what it is. I don't wanna pollute it with all that negative energy, negative frequency, negative vibes. So if I lose subscribers, I'm sorry. But if I gain new subscribers that are interested in expanding and other interesting stuff, this isn't just a one-trick pony channel. I talk about a lot of different things. But right now, I'm in the mood for, who are we? What are our origins? Where do we come from? How did we evolve? Darwin's theory is a crock of crap. And who we really are. I mean, a human being should really want to know where they came from. What's the real deal on what's their genetic code? Where their DNA come from? Not that spoon-fed gibberish you've been listening to at these schools and all that programmed and conditioning stuff. So, like Jesus said, hear ye. If you have eyes to see, then see. If you have ears to hear, then hear. And get that. I like those sayings when I did the Gospels of Thomas. How come those aren't in the Bible? You'd think the Christians would want to hear, what did Jesus say? If it's a Christian book, wouldn't you want to hear it right from the horse's mouth? No, it ain't even in there. Because you know why? The Pope is a bum and the Roman Catholic Church are scrubs. And you take a deck of cards and you fix a deck of cards. And people out there been buying it and defending all that gibberish and all that and that, whatever. So thank you, folks. Folks, share, like, subscribe, comment, hit the notification bell. If you want to support it, there's different levels, $5, $8, whatever that is. If you want to give, you give. If you don't, you don't. I'm going to still put these out. Thank you. Remember, be the kings and queens of your world. You know why? Because we were born to be. It's in your genetic structure. All right. Dapper the Rapper, been riding here. Thank you, folks. Everybody else, come back, chill out with me, have a coffee with me, and we'll go over some things. Thank you.